Hi guys, I'm Colton Phelan here with Luke McCarty. We're from Jaeger Unitech Sealing Solutions, proud manufacturers of the patented Flip and Seal slide out sealing system. Today we're going to teach you how to replace your dated or damaged seals with our integrated bulb and wipe system.
Before we get started, just to teach you a little bit about our product, Flip and Seal is manufactured in the United States of America at our LaPorte, Indiana facility. We use only automotive grade materials and we're IATF certified.
We'll walk you through step by step from removal of your old seals to our patented installation method. So let's get started. So before purchasing any of our products, it's obviously important to make sure that you're properly speccing in the correct part. We want to go ahead and measure the wipe length and the bulb height, and then match that up to our Flip and Seal products. Remember, historically there are a lot of two-piece systems with individual wipe and individual bulb. All of our parts are integrated, so make sure that you're taking that into consideration before purchasing a roll of our product. Okay, so for this particular application, we're looking at approximately a 2-inch wipe with a 1-inch bulb. Seem to be getting proper compression on all 4 sides of the room. Unfortunately, we just had some tears in the existing wipes, and that's the reason we're here helping the Burgess family out replacing these seals. So there you can see this is actually a wall cap on the vertical seals here, and we had a seal failure on the interior of the room, which is now, actually when they cycled the room out, it's made its way out past the exterior wipe. We'll show you a little bit later, but there's also some tearing on the top wipe in the upper corners. All right, so for this project, you'll obviously need a tape measure to measure your slide out opening, to make sure we're getting the proper cut lengths on our new seals, and also measuring the old product for proper bulb height and wipe length to spec in the right product. You'll also need a box cutter or some method to get the old seals off. Next, we need something to help us get the old adhesive and caulk off of the sidewall. So in this case, I've got a spray bottle here with some mineral spirits. There's a lot of other products out there, like Goo Gone tape and sticker lifter. We'll want that in addition to a plastic or a metal putty knife. We want to be careful not to damage the sidewall when using those, but we do have to get that old adhesive off to make sure we get a proper bond with the new parts and the tape on those. Next, just got some rags here to help us clean the sidewall. And in this case, if you've got a pneumatic staple gun in your garage, we can obviously use staples. In most cases, if you're replacing these seals yourself, self-tapping screws are probably the best method for attachment. The adhesive, the 3M adhesive on the back of our Flip and Seal products is very strong, but we always recommend mechanical fastening as well. So in this case, I've got just some self-tapping number 8 screws. 1 inch to 1.25 inches would probably be safe. We're starting to see a lot of units with 1.25 inch walls, so we just want to make sure that we're not punching all the way through the frame when we fasten these on. Next, we have, in this case, we've got some pruners, but some heavy-duty scissors just to cut the seals to the proper length. And then lastly, we'll want to go ahead and caulk around the exterior, the perimeter of the seals to ensure no water is getting behind the slide out seals. And one other thing you may need is just a flathead screwdriver or something to pop staples out of the existing slide out seals. So we're going to start tearing these old seals off. So this is a 2-piece system with a slide on bulb. Typically what you see is this bulb slid onto a track and then fastened here at the bottom and also at the top, typically with a screw. So we're just going to go ahead and remove that. And then once we remove the screw or the staples, we'll see what's up there when we get up top. We should be able to just slide that bulb right off the track. Okay, so we got up top here, and actually there was no staple or anything holding this on, so this bulb was actually starting to just peel right off the track. So we'll just go ahead and follow that right down. And bulb number 1 is up. Next, you can see these are attached mechanically with the staple going right through this track here. So next, using this flathead screwdriver, we're going to go ahead and pry those staples out, and then we should be able to start cutting on the frame on the interior here to remove the seal. One is out, and we'll just work our way down. All All right, so we have the same attachment method here on the top bulb. So I went ahead and pulled the staples now. It'll be the same process. I've already got it started, so that bulb should just peel right off. Some of your longer slide rooms, if you're able to get up on the roof and pull that off, may be easier for you. But again, you should be able to just peel that bulb right off. Okay, so you can see we've got the exterior. All the staples have been pulled, so it's loose. Now we're gonna work our way to the inside, pull all the staples there, and then we should be able to remove that wall cap. Just pull it all up. So we've now moved to the interior of the coach. What I'm doing here is I've removed the interior bulb, repeating the same process we did outside. So I'm in the process right now of pulling the staples so that we can remove this wall cap because it's all one piece. Unfortunately, we have to remove the staples inside and out and pull the whole thing out, and then we'll have to reseal the interior and the exterior. So you can get a look at where I pulled the staples. I got a couple more to go. Obviously a tight fit, so it makes it a little more difficult, time consuming to pull those staples. But so you can see now we got all the staples pulled inside and out. Now you should just be able to pull that seal right out of the unit. So we'll go ahead and get on the ladder and finish pulling this off. So there's the cap. You can see how it wraps the frame. We're gonna get the rest of these seals off. And then we're gonna go ahead and we gotta get all this caulk. You can see some of the adhesive still left on here. So we're gonna have to clean that surface off. Make sure we get a good bond when we put the replacement seals on. So we've got the adhesive and the caulk removed as best we can now. So you can see the surface here is clean. Next step is going to be to apply a promoter. That's just to ensure we get a strong bond between the tape on the slide out seal and the wall. So I've got a bottle here with a felt tip on it and 3M Primer 94. Primer 94 you can order at most hardware stores, auto parts stores. Readily available on Amazon, so pretty easy to get a hold of. We're just going to apply a generous amount to the surface here where the tape is going to land, and then we're going to let that flash off. We've got our 1-inch bulb, 2-inch wipe. I'm going to take that up to the top. I'm going to pull the tape liner. I'm going to locate that on the wall with our locator leg here. Then I'll flip the bulb and I'll put one screw in up top just to hold it in place so I can come down here and cut it to the proper length. So I've got the bulb flipped back here. Now I'm going to put a screw in. So the old seals will run down to the edge of the skirt metal. So we're going to run it down to there. See, everything's taped already here. And then we're just going to cut that flush with the skirt metal. And then we'll come back and fasten everything. Okay, so you can see, just installed a screw here. We're wetting out the tape just to make sure we've got good bond all the way down the wall, and then we'll come back. We recommend putting fasteners roughly every 6 to 8 inches, just to make sure we're getting a good mechanical bond as well. So, and then next step, we'll come back and show you our patented corner installation method. So, all right, so we're applying promoter again on the top seal here. We've got both the sides mounted. And I'll show you how to notch our top wipe here. So our patented installation method is actually going to allow us to overlap the bulb from the top wipe here over your side bulb and tuck this wipe behind your side bulb, and then we're going to mechanically fasten that rather than just relying on super glue to hold your wipes together. And all that we're going to do Just take your top wipe here and notch just about a 1/4 inch. And you're going to make sure you also notch this locator leg. One thing we don't want to have is that locator leg sitting on this sidewall, and there's a path for water behind here to get in past your top wipe. So it's critical that we notch that locator leg. So it's going to look just like that. And then we'll overlap our bulbs here. Tuck your wipe. And then we're going to come back and mechanically fasten that. We'll put a screw in underneath that side bulb just so you've got this nice overlap here and creates a nice tight corner to help keep water out. Okay, so you can see here, got the bulbs overlapping. They should be flush if possible. A little bit of overhang is okay, but if you do want to use our style caps, they do need to be flush here so that the style cap can sit properly. But what I'm doing now is I'm putting a screw through the wipe so that it'll fasten underneath this side bulb to give us a nice tight corner right here. Now that we've got our corner wipe fastened under the side, or our top wipe fastened under the side bulb, now we're going to install the style cap. We developed these to give the top corners a more finished look. We have 3M tape on the back here, just adds another barrier protection. Most of the water intrusion issues that we see occur in these top corners. So this just gives you an extra barrier protection. So we're going to go ahead and apply promoter where that 3M tape will sit. Peel the liner. And then these just tuck right under our bulb geometry. Just want to make sure that those are tucked up under the bulb, nice and snug. There it is. So yesterday we got all the exterior seals installed. Today we're back finishing up on the interior. The interior wipe, the existing bulb and wipe, was actually in pretty good shape. So we're going to go ahead and leave that as it is. And we're going to just install the vertical seals here. So I'm going to go ahead and basically the same steps that we did outside. We're going to cut to length, put promoter on the wall here so we get good adhesion. And then we're going to come back and mechanically fasten. Snips. All right, so you can see here, we've want to get that vertical wipe and bulb as close. Want that to get flush and as tight to this bulb as we can, so we get good compression here. We've already got the first screw in, so we're just going to go again every 6 to 8 inches and mechanically fasten this interior seal as well. Okay, so now we've got screws in. So the first interior wipe is on. We're gonna go ahead and get the other side installed here. Then we'll go outside and we'll cycle the room just to make sure the wipes are flipping properly and make sure everything's performing like it should. So you can see on this other interior vertical seal, we had to get kind of creative to fasten this. We got a pretty tight area over here up against the bunk. So I was able to use a step stool and get the first couple in. Then we just brought the slide room in a couple feet, opened up the window, and we're able to get the rest of them. So just any tight areas like this, it is difficult, but it's critical that we make sure we get these fastened. So again, don't be afraid to get creative if you need to. All right, so the last step here, we're gonna just run a bead of caulk around the perimeter of the seal. Just an extra barrier between the seal itself and the sidewall of the unit. So once we finish that, we'll follow back up with a finished product. Okay, so we've got the slide out room in. We're just feeling back behind the T-mold here to make sure we've got proper bulb compression. You can see it's really compressed nicely. Got a good seal there. Luke was up just on the ladder checking the tops up there. Make sure we've got even compression along the whole slide room. So Luke, if you could please run the slide room out. We just want to make sure all the seals are flipping properly as the slide room comes out. So everything looks good on the side here. Okay. Now something I do want to point out, we recommend usually between 1/4 and 1/2 inch of contact with your wipe on the side of your box here. So we've got a good amount of wipe here on the bottom. You can see at the top, we've got a little bit more than I'd like to see sitting on the side of the room. So it looks like maybe this box is just a little bit out of square. So we'll talk with the owners about that, if we can get that adjusted so we get proper performance from our seals if the box is nice and square. So. And then you can actually see on this side, wipe sitting like we'd like to see it up top. And then it's a little bit, we've got a lot of wipe sitting on the side of the room down here. So again, if we get that box squared up, should be a pretty quick adjustment. I think everything should work just like it's supposed to. All right, that concludes our installation video. We do have products available via several aftermarket distributors, so your local dealer or RV service center should have access to our parts through them. We also do have an Amazon storefront, and you can check us out on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube.